Is this you? You looking to improve your Survivor game? Well, stay tuned because I got some tips that will get you surviving more in DBD. So like and subscribe and press that bell for more DBD videos, and let's see if we can get you off that hook and out the exit gates. Let's stop hanging around, guys. So tip number 1 is always be productive. So use your head, get information on what your team are doing, and make sure you're doing something that's worthwhile for the team. So always be repairing gens. If you can get on a gen, get on a gen. Get one step closer to getting those exit gates open. If you've got injured teammates, get on the heals. Make sure you're unhooking before they go into that second hook state, which we'll go into in a minute. If you can waste time for the killer by looping, do it. Keep the chase going and know when to hide. So don't just hide and do nothing for the game. Know when it's beneficial for the team to be hiding. And if you can cleanse hex totems, but always be doing something. Always bring value for your team. Don't do what this Aided is doing and wasting time and not getting any progression done. So tip number 2, always unhook before the next hook stage. It is very important to keep hook stages because it buys you time in the game. And 3 survivors are better than 2, 2 survivors are better than 1, and 4 survivors are better than 3. So the less hook stages, the better. Killers will always try and steal hook stages like this. Sometimes they'll camp, sometimes they tunnel. If you can counter that, do it. But always unhook before the next hook stage. The more survivors in the trial, the more survivors doing gens, and the more gens being done, the more likelihood you've got of escaping. So always unhook before the next hook stage. So tip number 3, I would say try to avoid 3 gen at the end game. Now getting 3 gen can make your end game very, very difficult. If the gens at the end are very close together, it makes the killer's job of patrolling gens very easy. So there are perks like I'm running here called Deja Vu that will reveal the 3 closest gens and give you extra gen progression time. And this is a good way of countering the 3 gen at the end game. So I've done a video on 16 best perks for survivors. You can check that out too, which Deja Vu was featured, and some of these perks that I'm running now were featured. So if you want to check them out, check them out. But yeah, if you can avoid the 3 gen by coordinating your team and other survivors, if you're running a Survivor Friends or a solo queue, do that. And always try for the middle gen if possible. If you get the middle gen done first, that's always a good start and a good way to avoid the 3 gen at the end. So tip number 4, improve your looping. So there's simple things you could do from the get-go when improving your looping, and 2 things are just look behind you, look for the killer, look for the red stain, get information on where the killer is, and then plan your route accordingly. And another one is just run perks that help you with your looping, like Windows of Opportunity and Life. Looping the killer is very important because it saves your teammates a lot of time that they could be doing gens, healing, unhooking, and doing other tasks that get you closer to that end game finish. So my tip number 5 will be know your build and run a build that suits your playstyle. So if you're going to be gen rushing, a good couple of perks might be Prove Thyself, Deja Vu, Hyper Focus maybe. If you want to be looping the killer, you could run Life, maybe Windows of Opportunity. If you're going to be like healing your team a lot, then in this for the people buckle up that's going around, and that will suit your playstyle. But when you're running perks that suit your playstyle, also be wary that they might not have synergy. What I mean by that is with the for the people and buckle up, if you're running that puts you in the broken status, and you cannot fully heal in broken status. You need to wait until that broken status is gone before you plot twist. I have seen a lot of people plot twist too early and not get full value out of their perks. Another thing, you might not want to run 2 exhaustion perks because you're not going to get full value. Say you Life and then you get hit during the vault, you're not going to get any overcome value because you're already exhausted. So Know your build, understand your perks and how they work, and make sure your perks have synergy together. Okay, tip number 6 might actually divide you here, but know when to 99 a gate. 99 in a gate isn't always necessary. 99 in gates means dead mates. Remember that. There's only certain scenarios where 99 in gates is needed, but most of the time, just get them open and get out. I've seen so many games lost when people 99 gates and they're getting hit just tapping that gate. So there are scenarios where 99 in gate works, like here. My teammate needed healing. He was in the circle of healing and I went over, got it healed, got to the gate. He got out, no questions asked. But sometimes 99 in gates means that you've got to waste time to just tap it that extra bit and the killer gets 3 downs right at the end. So know when to 99 gates. This will come in time, but most of the time just get them open, get them out. My tip number 7 would be play more cautious when you're on death hook. Be a bit more conservative and be more aware. So if you're on death hook, there's nothing worse than you dying, nobody else has got any hooks, and the rest of the team have got to play as a 3-man. That makes the game really hard. So if you are on death hook, just play a little bit more conservatively, double up if you have to, and most importantly, don't get dead. So you've already done your bit, you've been chased, you've been hooked, you've wasted as much of the killer's time as you possibly can. In this time your teammate should have been doing gens, so there's nothing wrong with being a bit more cautious when you're on death hook. So this is the time when it's okay to hide, to be a bit more stealthy and be a bit more aware of your surroundings. And if you're doubled up, let your teammates take chase and do gens while you know your teammates are in chase. Stay alive, buy them as much time as you can by getting objectives done. So if you are death hook and you're getting chased, go to the corner of the map, bide as much time as you can for your teammates that are on gens, make it a little bit more harder for the killer to hook you and finish you off. So that'll be my number 7. Number 8, learn to counter killers by playing as killer. I know this sounds daft, be a better survivor by playing killer, but trust me, it works. Having that point of view from the killer and seeing what the killer sees for a few games gives you valuable information when playing survivor. So you will understand more of how a killer works by playing killer. You will have access to all their perks and you will have insider information. So up your survivor game by upping your killer game. It's all experience, it's all valuable information that could be treated on both sides, and I highly suggest playing as killer if you want to level up not just your survivor game but your killer game as well. Tip number 9, head over to Twitch and watch me play. Come play with me and join in on games. Now that sounds like a selfish plug that I'm plugging my twitch.tv/ChinchyGamer, but it works. By playing more games with more people and opening your play pool, you will have a lot more of experience and knowledge of the game. So not only me, there's other people you can tune into. You can tune into your favorite DBD streamers and see how they play and what perks they run, and by playing with them and getting more time with different people will make you a lot better at the game. So I spend a lot of time over my friends' channels watching them, picking up on things I thought, oh, I haven't tried that before, oh, I haven't seen that perk before, and it works. I've got a completely new build after watching other people stream, and I highly recommend you heading over to Twitch or YouTube and playing and watching your favorite content creators. You never know, you might get inspired and you might learn something new, so try it out. And my final batch of wisdom I'm going to share with you today, my tip number 10 is don't quit. See the game out and spectate if you have to, but if you have questions lingering, how did the killer do this to me, how did the killer do that, what went wrong, just stay to the end of the game, get those extra bit of blood points and see what the killer brought. That end game screen gives you a lot of valuable information that you could benefit from, and you never know, you could get lucky, you could get that 4% in the hatch just like I do here, but definitely don't disconnect. See it through, shrug it off, and play again. Maybe, just maybe, you get a little bit of luck and you get out and you live to tell another tale.